informed opinions, and distinct professionalism. That's why you love us. At about 88.9 FM, your go-to station.
It's 3 o'clock. Good afternoon. I am Olubumi Obajemihi with Adaba News at 3 in the news. Huge crowds welcome Tinubu as APC candidate takes campaign to Ilorin. Nnamdi Kanu slams defamatory suit on Malami, 620 billion naira damages. Angry residents raise police station in Niger.
This is the news.
Thousands of APC supporters are in Ilorin, the Kwara state capital, for the presidential campaign of the party. The venue of the rally is the Metropolitan Square in Ilorin, where Tinubu is expected to address thousands of his Kwara supporters on his 16-point action plan for renewed hope. Key members of the party as well as supporters are fully on ground for the event. The venue is currently agog with music and jubilation to welcome Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The Joint Directorate of the Tinubu-Shettima Presidential Campaign Council of the APC wants the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar to resign from the race. In a press conference on Monday, the spokesman of the APC Presidential Campaign Council, Festus Kamo, asked security agencies to investigate allegations of stealing public funds leveled against Atiku Abubakar.
Found that the law enforcement agencies may be reluctant to act simply because of the perception of persecution of a presidential candidate that this may evoke. However, facts are sacred. The facts so far presented to the world clearly indicate that Abubakar has a case to answer. He has an explanation to make. It is the minimum expected of in a constitutional democracy. That is what we call authorities to do in the case of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. He has to be arrested, to be invited. He's not God. He's not.
Kemo went on to give details of the alleged money diversion scheme used in siphoning public funds.
Revelations by a whistleblower, Mr. Michael Achimugu, who has provided the nation with iron-cast evidence of letters of appointment, emails, documents, audio clips, sworn affidavits, and his direct oral evidence as to how Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who happens to be the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, during his tenure as Vice President of Nigeria between 1999 and 2007, colluded with his then boss, President Olusegun Obasanjo, to fleece the country and steal public funds using what he termed the Special Purpose Vehicle, SPVs. Those SPVs were companies Atiku admittedly registered upon assumption of office as Vice President with the approval of President Olusegun Obasanjo, using trusted allies as shareholders and directors. The purpose was to divert government contracts to these companies as consultants.
The APC Presidential Campaign Council also demanded complete protection for the whistleblower who brought the allegations to light, as well as members of his family. In a reaction, the PDP has fired back, insisting that Atiku Abubakar will not quit the presidential race. The Senate is set to adjourn plenary next week to allow lawmakers engage in campaigns for the forthcoming elections. On Tuesday, Senate President Ahmed Lawan said once the work for this week is done, the lawmakers will embark on a break so that members contesting on different platforms can be fully available. The Senate had just resumed plenary from a 3-week break after it adjourned plenary on December the 28th, 2022. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has sued the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, over an alleged defamatory publication. This was done through his lawyer, Aloy Ejubako. The suit says the AGF allegedly defamed the IPOB leader when he claimed that the latter jumped bail and asked for 20 billion naira for damages. Ejimako shared copies of the suit on his Twitter page on Tuesday. The Academic Staff Union of Universities may drag the federal government over its members' 8 months withheld salaries. Counsel for ASU, Femi Falana, told newsmen that ASU will report sought to the court once the government goes ahead to pay members of the parallel union, the Congress of Nigerian University Academics, CONUA. Reports had earlier indicated that the FG was set to pay the withheld salaries and allowances of lecturers under the aegis of CONUA. Falana said the payment will form the legal basis for the government to pay ASU its dues or face court action. You're listening. The Ondo State government has dealt the growing anxiety and concerns over the health of Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu. A statement by Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Richard Olatunde, appreciates the concern of well-wishers but reassures residents that there is no cause for alarm on the Governor's health. However, the statement clarifies that Akeredolu is not faced with any life-threatening illness that would have encouraged any alleged conspiracy in his administration. The Anambra State government has defended the campaign fees it charges for the use of government properties. In an interview on Tuesday morning, the special advisor to Anambra State Governor on political matters, Alex Obiagolu, says such fees were meant to serve genuine purposes.
2013, they did explain to us, they called us to a meeting and explained the reason why these fees were prescribed. That politicians oftentimes litter the state with posters and bills that have to be removed after the elections at the enormous cost. And that government was looking at how to generate more revenue and also the sum of money, revenue, to be able to take care of these issues that happen after the elections. And they also told us that the other states that were doing it, and we checked, and Lagos State was one of the states that started it. So it's not something that started today. The records are there. On August 10th last year, a letter was written to all of us, all the political parties, by answer, prescribing the fees and telling us the conditions for campaign. I'm not aware that my party has not complied. My party has always complied. But whether Labour Party and the rest of them have complied, I wouldn't know. I mean, they should be able to speak for themselves.
The aide also clarified that contrary to reports,
As consistently giving Mr. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of Labour, use of government facilities. One, as a son of the soil. Two, as a former governor of the state.
That was the special advisor to Governor Soludo on political affairs, Alex Obiagolu. Aggrieved women and youths in Kafinkoro in Pekoro local government area of Niger on Tuesday morning raised the police divisional office in the area. The incident took place 3 days after the parish priest of St. Peter's and Paul Catholic Church, Kafinkoro, Reverend Father Isaac Achi, was burnt to death by terrorists who invaded the parish's residence. Trouble started when some church worshippers converged on the premises of the burnt parish as early as 7 a.m. to pray against those who gruesomely murdered Reverend Achi. The women were said to have accused the police of not doing anything to rescue the late Reverend Father. A riot soon broke out and police began shooting to disperse the protesters, with one woman hit in the process. Now to sports. President of Nigeria Football Federation Ibrahim Musa Gusau has commended the group of officiating officials who took charge of the match day 1 of the Nigeria Premier Football League. Gusau said they should keep up the good work through the season. The match day one of the NPFL witnessed 4 away wins and 4 draws, with only 2 home teams earning the maximum points. Champions Rivers United fought hard to defeat Lobby Stars 2-1 in Port Harcourt, while Remo Stars turned back El Kanemi Warriors 2-0 in Ikene. To end on the news at 3, a recap of our top stories. Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, is currently agog as thousands of APC supporters welcomed the presidential flag bearer of the party, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has sued the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, over an alleged defamatory publication. He's asking for 20 billion naira in damages. Aggrieved women and youths in Kafinkoro in Kwekoro local government area of Niger on Tuesday morning raised the police divisional office in the area. They were protesting the murder of the parish priest of St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church, Kafinkoro, Reverend Father Isaac Achi, who was burnt to death by terrorists. That's Urban News at 3, as edited by Titi Lokwe Adegolu. I am Olubumi Obajemihi. Thank you for listening and do enjoy the rest of the day.